Good afternoon to my Facebook family, to my Twitter family, YouTube audience, and also my Instagram audience. This is me, Jason Gregory, coming at you again from the UK for a power walk. Fired up after a very positive weekend, very powerful weekend at a conference that I was attending for the company that I'm with. So it's really empowered me and put me on track to have another productive period in time. But guys, as you come on, let me know where you're dialing in from. Hey Stacey, good to see you on. Let me know where you're coming in from, what country you're in, what city you're in. If you're from the UK or US or Australia, wherever you're from, let me know. If you are new to my power walks, let me know. I just put in just new in the comments so I can give you a shout out. If you're one of my regular followers, really appreciate you. Every single one of you that joined me on my live, I do appreciate you. Hey Tyre, good to see you on. Also the people that join me for my replay audience, really appreciate you guys as well. And so guys, I'm fired up. I really am. I was in Paris over the weekend for the company that I'm with. We had a conference out there, but it's really good to, when you get a feel of where you're going and when you're aligned in the right place with the right people, it really gives you that sense of confidence moving forward. I mean, we had a really good talk from the CEO of the company, a gentleman. His name is Ryan Montgomery. Very, very focused guy, a guy that really knows where he's going, really knows where he wants to take the company, but a guy who has the organization and all the people attached to the organization at his heart. It is very evident to see that when he was speaking. But one of the things that he said at the conference, which was a takeaway from me, because you know when you go to these places, when you go to either a conference or you go to a training, there's always like an aha moment or some kind of takeaway thing that you latch onto, and that one thing can just springboard you into your next level. But the thing that got me with one of the things that Ryan was saying, which was so powerful. Hey Kurt, good to see you on. It was so powerful. And this principle that he mentioned can be applied not just to business, but literally to every area of our lives. And if we apply this to every area of our lives, we will have so much more success. We will have so much more momentum and so much more focus and passion in everything that we do. I kind of posted it yesterday on a little image post on my timeline, but he was talking about the owner of Amazon and the fact that he has a title on his office, and basically whenever he moves building, he always takes the title with him, and it's always the title of his office, and the title of his office is always Day One. Now you have to understand, this is a guy who is the richest man in the world. Yeah, got one of the largest companies in the world. I'm talking about like 65,000 employees or more. Yeah, but he treats every single day like it's his first day in business. And his philosophy is so interesting, because he says, well, when he was asked before what happens on day two, he said, well, day two, that's when apathy kicks in, and that's when you take things for granted and your focus is not as great, and eventually when you carry on down that line, it ends up in death. But if you're always at day one, the excitement that you had when you first got started is the excitement that you're going to have every single day of your business. Now let's think about this. Yes, from a business point of view, and especially for those of you who are like me or in a home-based business, if you could have the excitement every single day that you had when you first got started, how much more momentum do you think that's going to create in your business? But if you take it away from business for a second, and let's put it into different aspects of life. If you are in a marriage, and if you take every single day in your marriage like it is day one, you know, the day when you turn round and you saw your wife coming down the aisle, or you turn round or you were coming down the aisle and you saw your husband standing there waiting for you, and how much excitement you had, how much passion you had on that day. If you take that day into every single day of your marriage, do you really think there's going to be anything that's going to come alongside to break that up? Any kind of challenge that you will go through that will stop you from moving forward, simply because even through a challenge, even through a trying time, if your mindset is always day one, that passion is always going to be there. Think about that. What would that do for the divorce rates? Yeah, a lot of lawyers will be out of business if everybody treated their marriage like it was day one. Move away from marriage. What about study? I went to university, and I can remember my first day uni. Don't worry, I do see the car behind me. It's not going to knock me over. Yeah. But I can remember my first... let it go, it's making a lot of noise. I can remember my first day at uni. Yes, there was apprehension there because you don't know what you let yourself in for, but there was also an excitement there because you was at the brink of something new. You were going to be going through a course that was going to eventually, at the end of the day, get you a degree or get you whatever you were studying, and there was a level of excitement there. Now, if you imagine every single day of your uni life, if you treated it like it was day one, you would be more productive in getting your assignments in on time, doing your revision, making sure you're prepared for your exams. And how much more results would people get coming out of uni if all they did is treat every single day like it was day one? Away from study, do you do sports? Are you a singer? Are you an artist of some sort? Whatever we do in life, guys, if we have the attitude of day one, our results are going to be so different. It's a mindset thing. It's a perception thing. Yeah, you heard me talk about POAP, the acronym that I talk about. Your perception will affect your opinion. Your opinion will affect your attitude. And your attitude will ultimately affect your performance. So if you have the right perception, and that perception is, listen, whatever the challenge is, it ain't going to faze me because it's day one. Yeah, whatever success I've had today, it's not going to get me big-headed because guess what? It's day one. Yeah, whatever it is, if you just keep it to day one, it is such a powerful philosophy. And it is obviously a philosophy that works because the gentleman that applies it, who owns Amazon, is the richest man in the world. So what can we take from that? Well, that was what I took away from that coming out of conference, is that I've been in my business for 12 years. Okay, I am a presidential silver ambassador with my company, but all of that means nothing. You know why? Because it's day one. And that means it's building time. That means it's momentum building time, going after, looking out for those new people, finding those people who are passionate about wanting to change their situation and coming alongside them and helping them. Finding those people who are not going to give you excuses, but just going to say, I'm ready to go. Just show me what to do, where to do it, when to do it, how to do it. I'm teachable. I'll follow the system. I'll go and do it. That's what it's about. It's about finding those people. Yeah, because they have to have their day one. And if we can help as many people get their day ones and continue to get their day ones, lives are going to change, families are going to change, people are going to experience lives that they did not expect. Yeah, you see, the day two people are always the people that look at the day one people and say, oh, you're dreaming too big, or those things that only happen to somebody else, or what else can they say to you? Be realistic. Go get a normal job. Get a 9 to 5. That's what day two people will say. But a day one person will say, listen, I have a vision. I'm not going to limit my vision because of your opinion. My vision is as far as I can see. So just as long as my eyes are open and just as long as I can see the horizon, I'm going forward because I'm a day one person. So you tell me, guys, what person are you? Are you a day one or are you a day two? Put it in the comments, yeah? Write it down. I want you to write it down because I tell you, there's going to be people coming against you trying to get you to be a day two person. There's going to be people coming to get you to try to say, it is safer to be a day two person. It's a bit risky to be a day one person. But you know something? Day one people just get things done. When I was listening to the guy who, keep on forgetting his name, but the guy who owns Amazon, and he was sharing his story. You know how many people he had to go to get the loans to start his company? He had to raise $1 million, and he had to go to multiple people to get the money to start the company. Even when he started the company, his operating costs were more than his profits. He was going through all kinds of challenges. There's at one point he was saying that him and his friends were actually wrapping the packages and sending them to the courier themselves. And he basically knew the courier company so well at DHL that they would even let him in a bit late if he was running late. They were doing everything themselves. Why? Because they were a day one person. They had a vision for where they were going, and they were not going to let the challenges stop their vision from coming to pass. A day two person would have said, this is too difficult. This is too difficult. I have to wrap all this stuff myself. I have to carry it down to the couriers. I have to convince all these people to give me the money, and they will make excuse after excuse after excuse. And that's why day two people normally work for day one people. Yeah, you need to take away the excuses. I've come back from such a phenomenal, you can tell I'm a bit excited, can't you? But I come back from such a phenomenal conference over the weekend. But there is one lady in my organization that really inspired me this weekend. I had a bunch of people, who should have been at the conference who weren't at the conference. I had other people that should have been at the conference and were at the conference. But this one particular lady really, really inspired me. Her name is Winnie. She had so many challenges that could have stopped her from coming to conference. She had a death in her family and she had to travel all the way to the US just 2 weeks ago. Now you got to believe that's going to cost you money. Yeah, she had to travel all the way to the US to go and attend a family funeral. Then she had to come back, and she's building this business alongside a job, so she's still working. And she's working, and she does child minding as well. Do you know she worked a 12-hour shift just before she had to catch her plane to come to the conference in Paris? Not only that, but she had a family wedding to go to on the Sunday. Now our conference started on the Friday night, all day Saturday, party on the Saturday night, and people go home on the Sunday. She had a family wedding to go to on the Sunday. So as soon as conference finished, she couldn't even enjoy the party. She had to get on a plane, fly back to England so she could make it to her family's wedding. How many people would have made the excuse to say, well, I can't come to conference because I got a family wedding the next day? How many people would have made an excuse, well, you know something, can't really shell out to come to conference now because I just had to shell out because I had to go to America to a family funeral? How many people would have made those excuses? But Winnie didn't make those excuses. She recognized she's a day one person. So what she did is she looked the challenges in the face and said, I see you challenge, but you are not bigger than my vision. I see you challenge, but my end is yet to come. I see you challenge, but my best hasn't arrived yet and I'm walking towards it. That is what a day one person does. So guys, I want to encourage you guys who are watching me on the live. Be a day one person no matter what it is that you're building, no matter what it is that you're doing. Be a day one person. Yeah, let everybody know you are a day one person so that when they're trying to knock you off track, they understand they ain't got a chance. You see, your vision is precious to you. And if your vision is precious to you, as with everything that is precious, you better be prepared to defend it. Because you got to understand, if something is precious, somebody will always try to steal it. They will always try to steal it. So you have to be prepared to defend it. Whether or not you're defending a vision for a business that you're doing, whether or not you're defending your family, whether or not you're defending whatever it is that you're defending, you do your best to defend it, that nobody can take that away from you. You have to be so passionate about what you're doing that you can feel it every moment of every single day. Yeah, you have to be so passionate about what you're doing that nobody dare stand in your way. And if they do stand in your way, you be prepared to either go through them, go around them, or go over them. But they're not going to stop you. You have to be prepared for that, guys. And so, guys, sorry about this one's a little bit more passionate than normal. Yeah, but I have to get this one out, guys. I have to get it out to you because there may be somebody watching me who's been a bit down a little bit because maybe they're not getting the results that they wanted to get, or maybe people have told them that it's not going to happen, or it's not going to make it, or something that has put you down. God, I'm here to tell you today, forget about what they said. Forget about their opinions. Yeah, you heard me say it before. Opinions are a little bit like armpits. Everybody's got them, but some of them stink. So don't let their opinions take you away from where you need to go. Be a day one person and go build with passion, guys. For those of you who are watching who are a day one person, but you haven't got a vehicle to really operate in your day one potential, and you're looking for a vehicle, guys, I am always looking for day one people. I'm always looking for passionate people who want to change their lives and want to change other people's lives. So if that is you and you want to know what I do, send me a message. I will tell you what I do. Let's see if we can connect. Let's see if my core values and your core values are aligned. Let's see if what I do and what you're looking for are compatible. And if it is, I'll be more than happy to come alongside you as a day one person and join arms with another day one person and go and find other day one people. So if that is you, let me know, put it in the comments. It is me, and I will message you and we can take it from there. But for now, for the rest of you guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, today is day one. So go and have a blessed day, guys, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.